This is ICASTnews.com, live and direct from United Nations headquarters in New York City, and this is Bubbling Under and Bubbling Over. It was supposed to be the Day of the Sun, a great people's holiday in the People's Democratic Republic of Korea, known worldwide as North Korea. The holiday, the Day of the Sun, turned into a day of sadness, a day of embarrassment. It's supposed to be a celebration of spring, and more importantly, a day honoring the grandfather of the current leader, Kim Jong-un, honoring Kim Il-sung, the man who founded the little Stalinist state after the Second World War. The two leaders are seen paired together, one the great founder of a Stalinist empire, the other his young inheritor in the only Stalinist inherited kingship, people's democracy in the world. But what was supposed to be a big holiday, a celebration, like what happened in 2012, turned into an embarrassment. A rocket, a ballistic rocket, an intermediate range rocket, experts believe, a ballistic rocket called a Musadon, one that was supposed to be able to go some, let's say 3,000 kilometers, that's about 1,800 miles, so it could hit Japan, the Philippines, Guam, maybe even hit Tahiti, blew up shortly after launch. These missiles are something of the pride, something they can take out and show off at big demonstrations in Pyongyang, but no one's been known to be successfully flown yet. The United States State Department said in reaction to news of this failed missile launch on Day of the Sun, "We call again on North Korea to refrain from actions and rhetoric that further raises tension in the region, and focus instead on taking concrete steps towards fulfilling its international commitments and obligations." Those commitments and obligations have gone up considerably since the United Nations Security Council in early March passed Resolution 2270, which calls for further sanctions on North Korea, which inhibits trade, calls for everything going in and out of the country to be inspected, and further prohibits countries from educating young North Koreans in things like satellite technology, geostabilization theory, and world global positioning system technology. The problem is that every week, Kim Jong-un seems to want to make a big deal, a big splash in the world, as if this truculent child of the world problem area can't get enough attention from the world. What he wants is every week to do something that puts his thumb right in the face of the United Nations. And it's gotten to the point where some of his provocative statements have gotten his last friends riled up. The Russian Foreign Ministry on the 8th of March issued a statement essentially calling for Kim Jong-un to cease and desist, that he was hurting the cause of world peace by threatening nuclear tests and nuclear missiles that could strike the West. And in fact, the Russians said that such rhetoric and such actions, or the threat of such actions, were grounds for regime change. When your best friends say things like that and you're a dictator, you better worry. Kim Jong-un may love his grandfather, may want to be a Stalinist dictator like his grandfather, but he's coming under increasing pressure, increasing uncertainty over his stability and what he's doing in that country. But experts think that his threats are not idle threats, that he's perfecting his technology. Experts at the 38 North think group out of Johns Hopkins University, which follows North Korea, say that they may be preparing for another nuclear test there. And experts also believe that some of these missiles may eventually fly. What else will fly remains to be seen. Kim Jong-un is about to face the people themselves, or at least the elite, the 1% in his country. The Communist Party of North Korea is going to hold a People's Congress, a Communist Party Congress, sometime in early May. It's the first party Congress in some 36 years. He was not even around when the last Congress was held, and whether the comrades will celebrate another sensational act or perhaps an embarrassment, whether Kim Jong-un will have a day in the sun or a day of embarrassment, is still something many people are pondering, because the Hermit Kingdom is sealed up an awful lot of secrets, but its secret weapons are not proving to be the most successful, most reliable, and that in itself is scary. For ICASTnews.com, live and direct from United Nations headquarters in New York City, for Bubbling Under and Bubbling Over, enjoying this day in our sun, I'm Jonathan Sanders.